Hey everyone, and welcome to this quick visual explainer of our material today. Get ready because we're about to decode an incredibly profound excerpt from an ancient text known as the High Priestly Prayer of Christ. We're going to break down these ancient words, organize the info, and see exactly what they mean and why they still totally matter for us right now.
So do you want to live forever? Have you ever actually stopped to think about what that really means? Whenever we hear the phrase eternal life, our minds instantly jump to those classic sci-fi cliches, right? We think about vampires, or maybe floating through space infinitely, never aging, never dying. Pop culture has totally trained us to view eternal life as just this infinite timeline, a clock that never ever stops ticking. But what if the original text we're looking at today takes that whole idea of infinite time and completely flips it on its head?
What is eternal life? Demystifying the concept.
Okay, let's dive right into this.
Now this is eternal life, that they should know you, the only true God, and the one whom you sent, Jesus Christ. And boom, that's it. Notice how the text doesn't say eternal life is living forever in an immortal physical body. It says eternal life is fundamentally about a deep, ongoing relationship. It's about knowing. Eternity, according to this specific text, isn't about the absolute quantity of infinite time. It is entirely about the quality of who you're connected to.
To really get this, let's think about a crucial modern difference: knowing about someone versus actually knowing someone. Knowing about someone is kind of like casually following a massive celebrity or an influencer on social media. You might know exactly what they had for breakfast or where they went on vacation from watching their stories, but if you send them a DM, there's absolutely no way they're replying. There's no real relationship there. Now, knowing someone, that's like your best friend. You guys are texting every single day, you're sharing your anxieties, there's a direct, everyday, real-life relationship. When the text talks about knowing God, it is pointing specifically to that level of friendship and closeness. It's not about memorizing historical facts like you're studying a textbook. It's about a vibrant, living intimacy.
Father and son connection. A perfect partnership.
And this brilliantly illustrates the dynamic at play here. The relationship described in the source is absolutely not a one-way street. We clearly see what the Father gives: authority over all people, words, the people themselves, and glory. And right in response, we see how the Son acts. He accomplishes the work, glorifies the Father on earth, and reveals his name. Authority, glory, and communication are literally flowing back and forth without any interruptions. They are operating like an absolutely perfect in-sync duo. The whole thing is summed up perfectly in this gorgeous line from the text: "Everything of mine is yours, and everything of yours is mine." I really want you to imagine the profound mutual trust and shared family partnership it takes to actually say that out loud. There is zero ego here, no competition at all. It's a complete, unrestricted sharing of who they are at their core. And the text strongly suggests that it's exactly this network of eternal life that followers are invited to join.
Purpose in today's world, where you fit in.
Let's move to the next part and see how this builds. Now, notice the dramatic turn that happens right here in the source text. Jesus declares that he is leaving the physical realm to go back to the Father, but he explicitly says about his followers, they are in the world. Guys, this is huge. He's recognizing that these followers, and by extension, a young person just trying to figure out life today, are remaining right here in the daily grind. Eternal life isn't presented as some escape pod from the physical world. It's a reality meant to be lived out right in the middle of school exams, social pressures, and your everyday Tuesday routines.
So how exactly do they manage that? Well, they anchor themselves through active choices. The text details that they belong to God. They kept the word, accepted the teachings, understood his divine origin, and above all, they believed. Notice how these aren't just passive feelings. They literally grabbed onto these teachings to survive the noise and pressure all around them, maintaining a real connection while navigating a pretty chaotic world.
How to live this today. Practical tips.
We're going to translate these ancient concepts of keeping the word into a modern survival guide. Let's look at what knowing God works like in practice on a typical morning. Step 1, disconnect to connect. Our world is overwhelmingly loud, isn't it? To build that everyday best friend relationship we talked about, try putting your phone on airplane mode for just 10 minutes in the morning to reflect and focus. Step 2, keep the word. In a practical sense today, this means living out the teachings through radical empathy and kindness at school or your job, even when it's super tough. And step 3, reflect the partnership. Build your own friendships based on that dynamic of total trust we saw between the Father and Son. Cultivate relationships where you can honestly say, I've got your back and you've got mine. Which brings us to our final thought. The original text makes it incredibly clear that eternal life is not just some waiting room for the afterlife. It's an active, vibrant relationship that starts right now, right here in the physical world. So my challenge for you today is this. How are you going to interact with the world today? Are you just going to skim the surface, or are you going to build deep, eternal connections? Think about that as you go about your day. Thanks so much for exploring this source material with me, and we'll see you next time.